Good evening, all of you out there in YouTube world. This is Jason checking in on video 1 that's going to be documenting my lap band journey. I'm going to be posting videos throughout the process, just kind of giving information on the process itself, on what I'm going through, obviously documenting weight loss, doctor's appointments, things to that nature. Before we get started, I'd like to give a little bit of a short bio on myself. I'm 38 years old, reside in Portland, Oregon with my beautiful wife, Jamie, who's 37 years old, and she's actually going through the process as well. She's a little bit further along than I am. She's just actually waiting for the surgeon to, not the surgeon, but the insurance to call and give us the go-ahead. She's already had all of her appointments, met with the surgeon, so her surgery is right around the corner. I'm not as far along in the process as she is. I've just had a couple of appointments, so I've got a little bit more ways to go. But we reside in Portland, Oregon. We have a wonderful 18-month-old son, Jackson, who I'm sure you'll be meeting in future videos. He's sleeping right now, so I figured I'd wait to do my first video blog when he was asleep, so I could actually get through it. But that's about me. As of this morning, I had my second appointment. I weighed in at that appointment at 327.7. And the reason that I'm kind of starting today is, even though my surgery isn't for a while, due to the fact that my wife's surgery is right around the corner, she's already started to try and take off a little bit of weight prior to surgery because they say that it's good for the liver and it helps the process go. So I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I am going to be starting the kind of the pre-op diet that she's doing right now. I'm going to be starting that tomorrow morning. So I'm hoping to take off 10 to 15 pounds before the surgery so that when I do meet with the surgeon, she can see that I've already, taken off some weight and hopefully won't prescribe that I take off any more, and then we can have the surgery as soon as possible. So a little bit about the process. It seems as most people have posted, everybody seems to have about the same amount of appointments, anywhere from 5 to 7 appointments, meeting with a range of people from nurse practitioner to physical therapist to psychologist, dietitian, nutritionist, and eventually the surgeon. I've had 2 appointments so far. I've actually had a wonderful welcome group that I met with last week, and we meet with everybody during that welcome group that you're going to be meeting with during the process for each appointment. There's about 12 potential patients in that meeting. It was a good opportunity to ask questions, get any type of issues out, and just really informative and really find out about the process. So that was the welcome group. I also had an EKG during that and a psychological test. It was a 540 question psychological test that I hope I passed because it took about 2 hours to take, and some crazy questions in there like, did you love your father? Does your father love you? Do you think people are following you? I don't think people are following me, and but they ask that a lot of times in there, so be prepared for that. It's a very daunting, like I said, if I wasn't crazy before taking the test, I definitely felt like I was going crazy during taking it because it was quite boring, and as I said, about 2.5 hours, 540 questions. So that was the welcome group. Today I met with the dietitian nutritionist, so they had asked us to keep basically a record of all the food that we put into our body and in the past week, and so my schedules are pretty much the same. So we went over that, and she went over documenting making healthier food choices, things to that nature, getting more exercise. I'm not a breakfast eater. I don't ever eat breakfast. I usually grab a Coke or Diet Coke on my way out in the morning. I've never had a cup of coffee in my whole life, so that's usually my caffeine intake for the day. I do drink a lot of Coke, so obviously one of the things she suggested was, obviously giving an uptick to the amount of water that I put into my body, which I knew that I had to do. She said that carbonation isn't tolerated very well in the diet, so I'll probably be giving up any type of sodas altogether, which is a good thing when she showed me how much sugar is actually in one can of Coca-Cola, which is my favorite. So, but that went well, and like I said, I was felt pretty inspired and educated after that meeting. So I decided, why wait until the surgery and just count that as my weight loss? Let's get this thing going. Let's get this show on the road now, and start back to getting to the healthier me. So she had asked during the meeting why why now, why I decided to lose weight. And I said, you know, I was living in California, it was really, really tough going to the beach because every time I laid out, somebody kept coming over and throwing water on my belly button and trying to roll me back into the ocean. So it got kind of frustrating, those bastards from Greenpeace, always thinking that they were rescuing me. So anyway, but no, I want to be around for my son growing up. You know, I am fairly healthy for my age. I don't have high cholesterol. I'm not a diabetic. So, you know, considering that I do have a lot of excess weight with a BMI well over 40 and 327 pounds, I know that that's not going to last forever. So might as well start now. And it's going to be really good to go through the process with my wife as well. So throughout this process, maybe she will pop in on a video or two and hopefully show you her progress as well. So with that, I think I'm going to sign off for the day. I'll probably be signing in again next week. I've got a couple more doctor's appointments next week. On Tuesday, I meet with a psychologist, so we'll see if I pass that psychology test or not. And on Thursday, I believe I meet, let me check my schedule here, I meet with the physical therapist. And then on August 2nd, I meet with the nurse practitioner, and then I'm pretty much done with my appointments. I've just got to meet with the surgeon. So my surgery, I'm guessing, will probably be somewhere towards the end of August, beginning of September at the latest. And like my wife's surgery will probably be in the next couple weeks. So with that, I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe because there will be more videos to follow. If you have any questions, please post them and I'll answer them as they come in. I do have a pretty hectic work schedule during the day, but I will eventually get to them. I'm usually on the computer at night, either working or doing some schoolwork. But other than that, again, thank you for watching, and look forward to talking to you in future blogs. Have a great day. Bye-bye.